Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our virtual service. We're getting our little snowstorm as I look out the window. It's lightened up, but we could be getting some more. We got about 4 inches here. Hopefully you didn't get slammed where you are. I noticed on the news it varies from town to town. Today is Sunday. We will begin with our daily word. Wholeness. Wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. I see myself whole, complete, and as a living expression of God. My thoughts fill my consciousness with the divine idea of wholeness. My words affirm this. Through my actions, I bless the life energy in my body with the right balance of exercise, rest, and nutrition. I live for my wholeness, even if I experience illness. I may receive treatment, but I do not consider myself weak or diseased. I move through every health challenge with faith and grace. Trust in the experience. Trust that the experience has come to pass. I remember where I am. Whatever may be happening, divine life is always seeking to express itself through me, to restore my awareness of wholeness. Each is and will always be my true spiritual state of being. Your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But if it is not healthy, the body is full of darkness. That's from Luke 11:34. Again, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. I'm running the technical side of this at the same time. I haven't done this in quite some time, so it takes a minute to get used to. We are broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook. We are not in person, as you figured that out. We will be next week, and next week we will do the burning bowl ceremony, and we will do the white stone ceremony. It's a combined ceremony, which I like the idea of, and several churches have started doing that as well. This year it seemed to lend to that with having a guest speaker last week. But I look forward to that. So be thinking of what about this past year that you want to get rid of, that you just want to write down and burn and release it. And then think about your personal theme for next year. We'll hand out that white stone, and on the stone you will write a word or your new name for the year. It's based on a book in Revelation, or a part of Revelation, the chapter. And we'll explain that next week. But the idea is that you set your intention for the year and you put it down in a one-word form, and you keep that stone where you'll see it occasionally throughout the year. I've kept them on my dashboard. I've kept them on my desk. And just so I look back and I know where I want to set my goal for the year. And hopefully by the end of the year you look back and reflect and you've lived up to it. And sometimes you write what you think is your goal for the year and it doesn't match you upon reflection. And that's okay. We have plenty of stones, and that stone has 6 sides. You can scratch out that, flip it over, and write a new word. So feel free to evolve your word or your intention for the year. Don't feel the pressure like you have to nail it next week. I fail if I don't do it. Just we do our best, and that's what we try. We try to live as many moments as possible in the right type of moments to be living with God. A few announcements, not much. The third week of the month, Friday and Saturday. The third Saturday, we have Poets in Unity, or Poets Corner, which I've talked about in the past. I hope you guys join us. It's always a fun time. And I know for some, Saturday afternoon's a difficult time. But it's worth investing one Saturday in. The Friday before that, Friday night at 6 or 6:30, we have game night. Always fun. I missed it last week. I was not feeling well and I could not attend, but from what I hear, it was great, and every time we have gone, it's been great. I just love the community. We've had a meeting scheduled for today, a board meeting, that, as far as I know, is moved to next week. Just check your emails for that. I don't want to put a date that people can't make it, so we got to follow that. Make sure that we all can get there. But as far as I know, it's next week following service. And beyond that, not a lot to add. I don't want to drag this out. Mostly, I guess I'm going to begin the year on point of power. We talked about making this year's theme prosperity. We had several choices, and prosperity was the one that rung with most of the people, and I'm very happy about that. It's a great topic to start with. And to start with that, we're going to talk about the point of power, which is the building block in any action in life, but in the spiritual action, in building your life. The point of power is now. It's the present moment, and it is within you. And when I say that, I mean the point of power comes from how we react and act, to be awake and to be aware. The point of power is each of us expressing our life. It's being in the moment. It's always within us. It's always in the now. Again, always in the present moment. Our actions, reactions, our plans, our thoughts, our steps, any way we begin in the present moment. We set our intentions in the now. Although we may plan the future, we act in the now moment. You have to be in the now to act upon your life. And your point of power should always be in the now. Don't give that away by letting something in the past dictate now, or fear of the future dictate now. Live in the now. Make decisions based on the information that you have in the present moment. Take action steps in the now. Just not plan them. Do the work. When we're in the now, we should be able to make our best attempt to make choices that are in the flow of God. And when you consciously do this, you're enriching your spiritual soil. You're sowing the seeds of manifestation. When you keep God in you and act from that God that works within you, your life begins to unfold. You don't leave your life up to randomness. That randomness is chaos, and it comes to you as chaos. And when you let life come at you in any way it chooses, you've given up your power to create your life to some extent. Because life's coming to you whether you plan for it or not, whether you take action or not. But you're more in control of each moment if you take an active step in dictating how life affects you. How you react determines your life. Two people could walk out into the same rainstorm and have two different reactions to it. One could think, oh my God, the day is shot. I can't believe it's another rainy day. Well, the other person could see the beauty in the rain and hold their hands out and feel how the rain feels, or the scent off the asphalt, or understand that it provides nourishment. Whatever, people see things through their own perspective, and they get to choose in each moment how they see and react to things. You choose in the now. That is your point of power. Your point of power is part of you. It's part of your being, because you are the action in that. You are the deciding force. The other half of the point of power is that It's a time thing. It is now. And I learned this lesson from a lady who I had gone to a convention in, I think it was Hagerstown, Maryland. And we were chatting, and she was talking about, she thinks she had lived this life over and over again. And she wasn't crazy. You know, you meet people who talk like that, you think, oh, well, they're nuts. This lady was as sound as can be. Everyone in the class was listening to her. And then she said one lesson that she learned is no matter what she thinks about if she lived this life again, her point of power is always now. It's always in the present moment, and she lives from that. And that's the basic first step in spirituality. It's the basic first step in abundance and prosperity, in accomplishing anything in life. You set your intention in the moment. Don't leave it to life to come at you in randomness. You make plans, but you make plans in the moment with the information at hand. Use your best judgment. You know, when we don't remember to be in the moment or to be one with God, things happen. But again, we get the randomness, but we don't get our highest potential. Instead, when we leave it to randomness and we're not aware that we are working with God in each moment, we get fear and worry. We hope this will happen, or we hope this won't happen. A great example of this is the feeding of the masses story. The disciples are worried when they see all these people, and they know they need to feed the people, and they don't know how, and they get nervous, and they see lack, and they don't think it through. And they ask Jesus, and Jesus, on the other hand, he doesn't see lack. He sees abundance always. It's said that he looks up towards the heaven because he's looking away from lack. He refuses to see lack, where he sees abundance in everyone because he's in the moment. He understands what needs to be done at that time. The disciples are not in the moment. They're living from fear, and they're letting life hit them from a randomness, and the result is fear. Jesus is connected to God in infinite possibilities, and he sees abundance, and it shows up. And that's how it works in our lives. I always say, I've had to think about money. I have a saying, money always comes. And it always has. And abundance isn't just about money. It's just an example. Money is just a barometer of abundance in certain aspects of our life. Abundance is emotional abundance, spiritual abundance, nourishment, just every aspect of our life, happiness, goals, accomplishments, whatever we see as personal abundance, that's what abundance is. And living from that. When we see lack is what keeps coming. Thoughts held in mind bring about in kind. When we see abundance, then abundance shows up. It's in our interaction with all. And God determines that abundance, and it helps us create our life. So in each moment, trying to make a conscious effort to see abundance in all things. And don't judge it. Sometimes abundance is just in the lesson that we have to learn by doing without something. This is your life. Why would you want to look at it from a point of lack? Why would you want to look at it any other way than an abundant life? And it does come back as abundant. Because we're expressions of God. God is everywhere and always present. And we get to bask in that. And if we are expressions of God and God is everywhere and always present, well, God is abundance. So God could not provide lack. Lack is there only when we accept it that it is. We bring our mind into abundance and then it appears. But when we bring our mind to lack, we see lack. But watch what happens to your life when you see everything as abundant. Whatever happens in your life, God has intended it for good. Even when things appear to be bad, at minimum, you are well prepared with empathy for someone else's battle that they may be having. or a similar story that you can relate to and lift someone up. Sometimes you just needed that lesson. And sometimes everything seems against you, but your mind is whole and abundant, and that gives you the strength to walk through it all. Some storms you have to go through, but it's sure nice to go through with strength and power that you are whole. In all aspects of life, to manifest the point of power must be in the now. You know this when you meditate. When you meditate and you're not in the moment, you know you're not really meditating. You know this when you're driving down the road and you're not in the present moment. You get home and you go, geez, I don't remember taking that left. I don't remember half of that drive. Your forward progress in life requires that you have to be in the moment in as many moments as possible. In theory, every moment. But we're humans. It's not easy to do it in every moment. That's why I always say in as many moments as possible. Don't leave your life up to randomness. Abundance is going to hit in all aspects of your life. And there are rules for attracting it. And you must take action to make it happen. Principle 5, it's not enough to know, you must do the work. So much of this stuff is basics, unity basics or spirituality basics. But it's often the basics that we let slip by. When a baseball team hits a slump, and I'm a sports guy, so that's why I think of this. But you can tell when they hit a slump because the batters all start swinging for the fences. But to get out of that slump, the team must go back to the basics. They must hit for singles, get men on base, manufacture runs. A good player is 5 times more likely to hit a single than a home run. See, when we skip the basics in life, life goes amok. But when you incorporate the basics into our life, our spiritual journey, we are more likely to succeed at our goals than if we left it to randomness. Live in the moment, do the work. Start by being grateful. Develop a gratitude practice. We want more abundance in our life, then be grateful for what the universe has already given us. If you can't be thankful for the things that you already have, then why would the universe give you more? But when you're grateful, more comes. And when you're practicing gratitude, you're in the moment. You've seized your point of power. Next, use your gifts to help others. Again, when you're helping others, you've also seized your point of power. You have to be in the moment to help others, to listen to their needs, to understand, to give the right word at the right time, and to do the things that they need. If you've shown the world your abundance, the world will show you its abundance. Maybe you don't have money to help out. Well, it's not about money. Give a kind word. Offer help when you can. Tithing is not only about money, it's about time and talents. It takes everyone's individual gifts to make the world work. The fastest way for abundance to hit you is to give of yourself. That's showing the world that you are so abundant that you have abundance for everyone else. And when that happens, abundance comes back. But when you isolate and don't be a part of the world, then isolation is what follows. And soon, you don't know how to get out of it, or you're afraid to reach out. But even those dark cycles are broken by helping others. Show the world that you're abundant and you deserve more by sharing your present abundance. Your abundance is as personal to you as it is to anyone else. For some it might be financial, for others it's a particular knowledge or a skill, for others it's your ability to listen. Maybe you're not a people person, then your abundance may pertain to animals or to the earth. But your abundance has a need out there which is waiting to be filled. And the world is waiting for it, so share it and watch your life unfold. Every book or lesson that I have learned about prosperity begins with tithing or giving of yourselves to others. I talk a lot about helping others, maybe more than most, but I expect it from myself, and I expect it from each of you, because that's what it's about. It's what it does for you and the world. Mental health clinics have all the participations join what they call group. Not because group is for them, it's about them helping others. It gets you out of your head. It gives you a feeling unlike anything else. When you're stuck in life and wanting more out of life, the first question you need to ask yourself is, am I giving of myself? Am I helping others? Look at your life and see if you're helping others, or where that you can, how you can do that. Find out where you can. If you come to me, I'm going to ask you that question in some form or another. If you're stuck, I'm going to ask, how are you helping others? Or are you just seeing things from a limited perspective, from that me perspective? See, that me perspective is almost always the wrong perspective. And more often than not, it's not in the present. It's letting past events where you felt victimized dictate the moment. But if you're in the now, you allow for all the facts, all the other possibilities or realities, and you learn that most things are not about you. You may feel offended by someone, by their action, but their action was probably not about you. They're living in their world, sorting out what's going on in their life, just as you are. So allow them the same. And when you start looking from this new perspective, you're giving of yourself. It doesn't feel like it because you're just a little mind shift, but you're showing the best of you. You're letting yourself namaste out the best of you to the world. And that's what we want to give in as many moments as possible. Nobody has the intention of harming you. It almost never happens. But somehow we take it as personal, like it happens. But all these things that I'm talking about are ways to become aware of the present moment, and for you to be active in that moment. And there's a great emotional reward. Beyond that, your life becomes filled. If you're available to each moment, you're maximizing your existence. Get used to making decisions. Don't languish in indecisions, because they steal your now away, and then you create worry instead of solutions. Decide what you want and take the steps toward it. It's much more palatable to chase a dream than it is to run from what we no longer want or what doesn't serve us. That's why we do the burning bowl. Just wipe that away. Wipe that thing that doesn't serve us away and move on to the next thing. And we jump right into the next thing, which is the best of us. Abundance starts by reaching for the best of us and sharing the best of us. Make your decisions about your life and really decide. Ask yourself, do I want this in my life? And then ask yourself, who is going to get this for me? And that answer better be you. Even if it means you asking for help because you don't have the knowledge, but it's you who takes that first step towards your goal. Access your life. Is it where you want it to be? If it's not, take the steps. That's what accessing means. Assess your life. Examine it. If it isn't the things that you want, then focus on what it is and how those steps can come about. Some steps are easy to spot, others more difficult. But trust that once you know your path, the steps will present themselves, and you'll begin to access and see your life with clarity. Last week Reverend Wally spoke of trying to be exact as possible. When you decide what you want out of life, be clear. Close the loopholes. Not many people know this, but 12 years ago, I won Powerball. In fact, I won it 3 times. I decided that I was going to win it, and I did. I knew so well that I'd win that I promised Casey half my winnings. Unfortunately, I didn't have a clear picture of what winning the Powerball looked like. So the universe gave me exactly what I asked for. I won Powerball, the actual Powerball number. Only one number, and it paid $4. So I had to give Casey 2. So that left me with $2, plus I did it 3 times. But yet all the times in life when I knew exactly what I wanted, those things came true just as I planned. Always keep goals that inspire you. I have several. I've always had them. I wanted to have my writings published. Well, I've made that happen a couple times. At 47, I wanted to learn how to play guitar. I accomplished that. I wanted to be a minister. I want to be a great cook. I also want to help the world. I don't know how to reach a global impact at this point, but I certainly know how to make a local impact. You know, I still give out those blessing bags. I want to do that throughout the year, and I'll continue to make them throughout the year. We helped our new friend with tires and a battery. We were able to get her to get a hotel, which coincided with this snowstorm, so she's not stuck in her car during this storm. She's in warm and safe and can shower and do all the things that we take for granted. We get to set goals and intentions and make the world a better place. Take the steps each day in as many moments as possible. You know, I create happy bumps. I do 7 to 10 things that will occur during my day that make me smile. It could be something I cook or eat. It could be a snack. It could be what I wear. It could be what I'm listening to, a new song to learn, or rearrange my playlist. At any given moment in our day, 7 to 10 things can happen which have the ability to disrupt our day. So why not plan in our day 7 to 10 things that we know will make us smile? Make one of those things, at least one of those things, helping others. Practice gratitude. Proven over and over, gratitude is the fastest way to get out of a slump. Again, if you appreciate what you have, the universe will send you more. My gratitude is a meditation in the morning. Some people keep gratitude journals. Whatever works for you. And don't make it generic. Make it organic. Visually think about those things that you're grateful for. And it can be anything. It could be the pencil that's right there when you needed it. I remember I passed a guy years ago, but he was homeless and needed money. But he was giving away pens to everyone who gave him anything. And I was so thankful because a few hours later I needed a pen, and that was the only pen I had. So gratitude comes in any form. Be thankful for every little thing that you have in your life that allows your life to take a forward step. Allow for a new perspective. When you allow for new perspectives, you have to be in the moment. Your point of power is now because you focus on the new perspective, on all the other possibilities besides the me. Look at the world, at what you can do and how it's intended. Take nothing personal. Your new perspective should always start by that. And if you take nothing personal, nothing hurts. And be in the moment in as many moments as possible. Act from the moment. Think from the moment. Let all that stuff that the past generations and your past history have built up, let it go. You may reflect on it for wisdom's sake, but you don't have to own it. You don't have to carry any baggage which does not suit you, including what people have told you about yourself or other people's problems. Anything in life. Carry with you only what you need to move forward in life from the present onward. Folks, I will see you next week. I am so thankful every week for each one of you. And have a good week. Be safe. Avoid the storms. I love you, my friends.